Hey guys, I'm back. So, dream I had last night. I think I had a dream about the rapture. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain that I had a dream about the rapture. So, last night, this is the dream that I had. The dream I had, I was at my grandma's old church. And this is the grandmother that I've talked to you guys about before, that she is no longer living. Um, Now, this is an old Pentecostal church. It's the church that I grew up in. Um, I was there every time the doors were open, almost every time the doors were open, and that was Sunday morning, Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday night. And I was there on Fridays and Saturdays sometimes helping her clean the church, and sometimes on Wednesday evenings during tent revivals. So, I mean, I was there a lot. Now, this church, the doors, they face east. And I say east because I want you to know that I was on the right side of the church. I was also looking east. And I felt like there were like 5 or 6 people in the yard, in the churchyard where I was. I know there was a couple people on my side with me. We weren't talking or anything. I didn't know who they were. I didn't see their faces or anything, but I had a sense that there was about that many there. Just then, I'm looking east. Sorry, my nose really itches. I was looking east, and there was what almost looked to be like this long beam of light. I want to say it almost mimicked just like a straight line, but it looked like rainbow colors. I saw baby blues, I saw like orange, pink, and I saw a lot of red. Okay, this thing wasn't straight up and down. It was like coming down at at an angle. And I saw it go over to the left side of the church. As we're facing it, I saw it go to the left side of the church. It was there for a couple seconds. And then it started to move over towards the right side where I was. And as it came down to me and it came directly in front of me, I noticed it wasn't a straight line. It almost mimicked an upside down tornado. It had the bottom and it was like wide open, but it was the way it was leaning like this towards me, not straight up and down. So it was leaning in towards me, and then it was skinny at the top from the bottom. Then it would get skinny, and then there would be a big bulge. And then it would get skinny again, and then there was a big bulge. That's what I saw. Okay, so this thing, as it came to me, I looked and I noticed that there were things that were spinning around inside of it, but it was like I was looking at it and it was going this way and it was going up. I wasn't looking straight up at it. I was kind of looking at an angle. And I thought, I was like, that looks kind of like a tornado. And as I said that, I felt like a tug. And I felt like my chest go first, and it like jerked me, and it pulled me in. And as I started going up, I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. And I was laughing, and I was smiling, and I was literally in my dream. I was saying, yes, Jesus, take me up higher, 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 higher. And I kept going up and up and up. And I told my husband this, and he thought it was so hilarious. He thought it was funny. So, and I kept going up higher and higher. Okay, I went through the skinny part, and as I got to the first bulge that I came to, you guys, I was not scared, but I was like in awe of what I saw. I saw what looked like people who were in agony. Excuse me. These people were screaming, they were crying, they looked like they were reaching out for me. I heard this like screeching screams and crying. It was awful. And they were reaching out for me, and I kept going past them. And as I'm going past them, I'm looking down at them, and they are looking up at me. And I keep going, and I get into a smaller tube. Then I get into another bulge, and I see angels. I wake up. That's all. That's how quick this dream was. It was so fast. But when I woke up, I was still smiling, like physically smiling. So I must have been smiling in my dream. So anyways, you guys, I didn't know what to make of it at first. And when I woke up, I prayed and I went to read my Bible. And these are the scriptures that he led me to. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. This speaks of Elijah being taken up in a whirlwind. Is God using symbolism to show me that I'm going to be taken up. We know that Elijah being taken up in a chariot, whirlwind, is all a foreshadow. Okay, so is this what he was showing me? I think so. I'm super excited. So this is another thing that he showed me. Okay, now I don't know how I came across this, to be honest. I don't even know what got me to searching up this section that I'm going to talk to you about. But looking on my dream and looking at this, it makes total sense. Okay, so the heavens. Let me just start with the third heaven. Paul's vision of the Lord, 2 Corinthians 12, verses 1 through 4. I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to let you guys read it yourselves. But this is where he speaks of the third heaven. So this goes to say that there are levels in heaven. I've never searched this. I've never studied it. And I really don't have that much time to do it because now I'm homeschooling the kids. So I'm super busy. So if anybody has insight on the levels of heaven, just let me know. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Okay. So that's the third heaven, and that's said to be where God reigns and rules from, is the third heaven. Second heaven is the level beneath it, and that is known to be outer space. Jeremiah 8:1-3 speaks of the stars, the sun, and the moon, and other gods, and that's referred to as the second heaven. First heaven is also known as Earth's atmosphere, known as the windows of heaven. And you can search up anything. If you have that Bible app, Bible Gateway app, you can go on there and kind of put in some keywords, and it'll pull up every verse that has to do with that certain keyword or whatever. It's also known as the firmament, and that's in Genesis 1:4, where God creates the heavens and the earth. Okay, so here's what I believe that this is what happened. I was taken up in a whirlwind because what I saw in the inside, I saw everything spinning, and I was taken up and I started to spin as I went up in this tube. I was pulled up out of the first heaven, the second heaven, okay? And I know that the word of God says that, Satan is the prince of the power of the air, that he was cast down, down here with us, and now we're having to deal with him. Okay, so but where here's my question: where do people go? Literally, once we are taken, we're going to be changed. We're going to be able to see things in the spiritual realm, that we've never been able to see before. Now, me being taken, I didn't feel like I was being changed, but that's what is said in the Word of God, that we are completely changed. We're putting on, the, taking off the old man and putting on the new, and we're going corruption for incorruption. We're going up. So was I able to see where things are up there? Because once I got out of that first tube and I went to that first bulge, what I saw were demons. That was, to me, that was the second heaven, where the sun, moon, and the stars reside. Is that where they're kept? I don't know. But that's what I felt like. And as I kept going up further, I reached what I felt like the last bulge that I saw, because I went through another tube and went into another bulge, and I saw angels. So was I already in the third heaven? Is that what he's showing me, that they're down below and in the second heaven, and we're up in the third heaven once we get there? And that brought me to look at chapter 16 of Luke, 19-31. And this talks about the rich man and Lazarus, where, we all know that story where, Lazarus was a beggar, and then there was a rich man in fine linen and purple, and, he was, they both died. One went to heaven, or one went to be with Abraham at his bosom, and then the rich man died and went to hell. And then he was begging because they could see each other. And I literally, as I'm going through this second bulge, or literally it was this first bulge. It was the first bulge, but I was being taken out. Like, I feel like that piece that took me in was the first bulge. Then I was taken into a tube. I saw this bulge, and then I went through another tube, and then I hit the last one. So, and as I was going up, they were looking at me, I was looking at them. I could clearly see them. Like, I could see things that I probably wouldn't have been able to see in a normal state, you know, in a human form. And I saw them, and they were crying out and reaching out to me, and I just kept going past them. But as I went up into heaven and I saw these angels, I could still see them, and they could still see me because they were still reaching out for me. But I couldn't do anything. I couldn't say anything to them. I was just like, I was like in awe. Like, I could hear them, but no matter what I wanted to do or what I wanted to say to them, I couldn't. And even once I got there, like, I saw the angels, and then I just woke up. Like, there was no chance for me to say anything about them. So that I thought was really interesting. And like I said, I don't know how I got to looking at that, but that's what I feel like my dream was implying, you know? And I mean, we have to go past those levels to get to God. So, I mean, is that what I saw? I don't know. This was interesting. So I want you guys to give me your opinion. Write down what you think. Let me know. This was, and I mean, I don't have anything else for you. I mean, like I said, the kids have started homeschool and I'm extremely busy. So, let me know what you guys think, especially about the levels of heaven. If you guys know anything extra, if you can point me to anything, that would really help, because I think that's very interesting, especially given the dream that I had last night. So anyways, I was taken and I'm super excited, you guys. It's almost time. So let's stay in prayer. I'll keep praying for you guys, and keep praying for me and my family. And I'll come back on here when he tells me it's time. And if anything happens and we go home before that, I'll see you guys there. All right. Love you guys. Bye.